Hi everybody, it's Leslie and welcome back to my channel. I'm trying something totally different today. I am filming from my studio today, so you might hear cars and trucks going by on the street outside, but I'm going to give this a try as I couldn't really film at my house today where I have a lot more room. Anyway, I'm going to be talking to you today about this stitch, which I've made a couple of bracelets out of. I still don't know the name of the stitch. It's basically a odd count herringbone stitch is how it starts out, or I'm sorry, odd count peyote stitch with a herringbone increase in the middle. And I have finished it with magnetic snaps, and I'm not going to tell you how you're going to finish yours. You're going to do whatever you feel like doing. But it makes a pretty neat bracelet. I'm thinking about making a longer necklace out of this style. I haven't quite figured that out yet. Also, this is a stitch that I came to on my own. I've been working on a blanket this winter. I've been knitting a blanket. It's called the Hue Shift Afghan, and I became really fascinated with the mitered squares in the Afghan, and I was wondering how I could translate them to beading. Started messing around and came across this. I know I haven't invented it, but I'll show you how to do it, and I hope you let me know what you think. So let me see if I can get set up and get started. Okay, so to get started, like I said, you're basically going to be making a strip. And the section we need to start is this section here. And once you get going with this, the rest is pretty easy. It's just kind of setting it up is the little bit of a challenging part. These are the colors I've made so far. There's one kind of in progress that I haven't finished yet. Let's talk about materials a little bit. I have got 3 different colors of Japanese delica beads just to show you. You can use as many colors as you want, whatever design you want. I've got some Miyuki beading thread. You can use KO. This would also be a suitable project for fire line. I'd use a 6-pound fire line, whatever color. I've also got a number 10 beading needle around here somewhere. Number 10 beading needle. Okay. Okay, I have laid out 3 little piles of delica beads in 3 different colors. So you'll be able to see the different rows I'm doing. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up 4 beads. I'm going to do them in this darker color so you can see this. 4 beads. Take your thread and go, leave yourself about a 6-inch tail and go back through those 4 beads. Make a little ring. That's my big fingers and tiny little beads. Sorry about that. Okay, then kind of pull them down. So you kind of have them stacked 2 by 2 on top of each other. I want to make sure you can see that. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now what we're going to do is going to be starting an odd count peyote increase to set up this base. So I'm going to move to the next color. So my thread is coming out here at the bottom. I'm going to bring it around and I'm going to peyote 1. So I'm going to put my needle through this bead right here. Okay? Sorry for my big fingers, but that holds it all into place. It's really delicate at this stage. So it's going to be sitting there like that. And then I'm going to do a herringbone increase. So I'm going to pick up 2 beads and I'm going to put them down into the very next bead. So I'm going from this bead to this bead. Okay. And make sure they're sitting on top of the previous 2 beads. There you go. Okay, here's the most complicated part. you've got basically an odd count peyote stitch here. So it's coming out here. We need to put a bead right here, but because it's sort of an odd count peyote, you're not going to be able to. But anyway, so bring that thread through the bead down here, up, and that will pull it to sit next to this bead here. So we've added our first row. Now, we need to get that thread to come back out here, and this is where kind of an odd count, knowledge of odd count peyote comes in handy. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from this bead here to this one here. I'm going to take my thread, I'm going to move my thread to get back to that place. So I've gone diagonally from here to here, and then I'm going to jump over here, come back through the bead I came out of. If you're familiar with odd count flat peyote, this will make sense to you. And I'm going to come out where I should. Okay, so you've got your 4 base beads and 4 more beads added in. Now let's turn this over because we're going to continue with our peyote stitch. And I'm right-handed, so it comes right side for me. And I'm going to go with my third color. Again, we have a peyote stitch, we have a peyote space to fill right in here. Peyote 1. Pick up 2 beads, pick up 2 delicas, put it through the very next one. Again, this is our herringbone increase. And then you'll have 1 more to peyote on the other side. See that? You've just added another 4 beads. It will look like that. Okay? Again, turn it over. Get the beads on the right side for me, for my right hand. I'm going to go back to the first color. This time, we've got 2 to peyote on this side. 1. And 2. Okay? And we're going to pick up 2 beads, again, always increasing at the top here. Herringbone increase. Make sure those beads are sitting nicely there. I'm going to just rotate this a little bit. So now we have 2 to peyote stitch on the other side. Okay. Peyote 1. And again, we've come to the end of this row. And again, this is where the knowledge of odd count peyote comes in. You want to add it, we need to add a bead right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down diagonally through 2, through those 2. Pull my bead in so it's sitting right in the right place. Okay. Go to the one next to it and diagonally back up to the beginning. You only have to do this for a few rows to get set up. Once we get set up, it'll be a lot easier. Okay, again, I'm going to turn this over. So this is what we got. It looks like a little Christmas tree, but kind of a little triangle going, a little pyramid. So we're going to continue on with this again. I'm going to move to the next color. Peyote 2, 1, 2, and as it gets bigger, it's just going to get a little easier to handle. You've got a little more to hold on to, and you can see more what you're doing. Pick up 2 again at the tip. We're just building this up so we can get going on it. This is probably the hardest part. Peyote 2, 1, 2. Perfect. One more row laid in. Okay, I'm going to turn it over again. So my thread is going in the right direction. You only have to do that odd count peyote thing on one side, not on both. So now we've got to peyote 3. There's 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. Pick up 2. Your increase. So you're increasing, you're adding in a bead every row as you're doing an increase. And at some point, we're going to stop increasing and make the flat part of the bracelet. But at this point, let's just keep increasing. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. 1 on the other side. 2, oh, only 1. Only go through 1 bead. And then we've got that odd count peyote situation again. I'm going to go down diagonally through 2. Like that. Get my bead right in the right place. It's sitting there perfectly. Go back up. And ready to start the next row. Okay? So now I've got 4 rows here. 1, 2, 3, 4 on each side. These bracelets each have 6. You see that? That makes a nice width for a bracelet. So I'm going to keep going until there are 6 beads here on each edge. So a total of 12 beads. Right now I've got 8. I'm going to keep going. I'm just going to stay with you and work on this a little more. Going back to this color. 1, peyote 2, peyote 3, okay, the herringbone increase again. We're just adding beads and making this bigger. 1, 2, 3. And if you want a wider bracelet, you could keep going to make this wider. Also, I was thinking about it, but I think this size is nice for a bracelet. Now, if you've watched my videos before, I've been working with seed beads for about 20 years. I started collecting and bead weaving and collecting delicas about 20 years ago. And I started making jewelry out of delica beads about 10 years ago. And I have a pretty good knowledge of increases and decreases in shaped peyote. That's one of my interests. So when I start thinking about making different shapes, I'm working off of a pretty big base of knowledge and experience when I start coming up with new designs. People are always asking me how I come up with new designs. I just do a lot of playing around. I have piles and piles of failed designs also. For every successful design, there's a big pile of failures a lot of times. Okay, we're back at this end. We do our odd count peyote, laying in at the end of the row. Sit nice, okay. All right, so we've now got 5 beads on each side, so we're a total of 10. Okay, turn it over. Keep going. Once you've got this set up, the bracelet itself will go like a dream. Make up a pattern and see what you can do. I think this also would work fine with seed beads. Just get regular ones. I avoid Chinese beads. Use Japanese-made seed beads or Czech-made seed beads that are more regular. You need some regularity to these beads, so they'll sit together nicely for sure. Okay, we are getting here. Okay. Now we're going to lay in our number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bead here. But we are getting there. We are almost there. Keep doing your peyote stitch. Keep increasing. Peyote stitch was the first stitch that I learned, like a lot of people. My mother taught me. I was looking for something to do on the side. I had a job designing jewelry, and it wasn't satisfying with my creative urges, so my mom recommended bead weaving to me. I was looking for something that didn't take any special equipment or didn't take up too much space. And she showed me my first delica beads, and I fell in love. That was a long time ago. Okay, we've got our last one we're going to lay in here. Okay, look at that. That's looking really good. Okay, let's get our thread going in the right direction. Okay, so we've got 6 beads here, just like this, and now we're going to continue on, and I'll show you. You're basically going to be increasing and then decreasing on the sides here. But for this first row, we're just going to do what we have been doing. We're not going to increase anymore. After this, it will start to go quickly. Okay. Got our increase at the top. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, here's what we've got. And now here's where your bracelet is really going to begin. We're not doing any more increasing. We are just going to we're going to be basically decreasing on each side and continuing to make a strip. So this thread is coming out right here. We're not going to add a bead here. We're going to go through the next bead in your row. Do you see that? So your thread's going to stick out a little bit right there. And then we're just going to continue peyoting as we have. Up to the top. Okay. Now we've got 5. We've got 5 on a side. 2 at the top, as we have been doing. And 5 down the other side. And from now on, that's what we'll be doing. We'll have 5 on a side and the herringbone increase at the top. Okay, I'm going to show you. We'll get down to here and we're going to do the exact same thing as we just did on the other side. We're not going to add a bead here. We're going to turn this around here, and we're going to go through the bead Next row. Again, your thread's going to show a little bit on the side of the bead. That's okay. No one will see that. So now we have again 5. So every row is going to be peyote 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 at the top. And the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're done with that row. See how this shape is starting to form? Turn it over and go through the bead up in the next row. Your thread will show. Pick a thread that matches so no one really sees that. And just keep going. This is how you build up your bracelet. Okay. There we go. And number 5, again. With our last delica bead on this side. Again, turn it over, go up into the next row, and keep going. So you see how this is forming here, the shape, like this. So just keep going and your bracelet will form. Now, the only thing I'm going to tell you is at the very end, when you get to the very end, you should just add 1 bead at the tip, and that will make a nice little arrowhead. 1 bead at the very end. On the very last row, measure it so you make sure you know you're doing the last row, and then tie in the threads. Okay, thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. And I'd love to see some photos. You can post on Facebook or Instagram. I'm at Seed Bead Bliss is my handle there. And I'd love to see what you're doing with this. Let me know how it goes. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.